All right, so we're here today with the key team from Optiwise Wealth Advisory. So answering all of your financial planning, tax accounting, SMSF questions. Want to just chat quickly around, you probably read that amazing report on the Sunshine Coast property market update. Now it's a standout market in the country, but just want to give it some context around self-managed super funds and the like. So just want to get your feedback, guys, on from your perspective on what it means and what the potential of the coast means when people are looking at what they can do in their self-managed super funds with specific regard to property.
So with property and self-managed super funds, I think one of the greatest assets we have is ability to leverage. There are not many things you can leverage within an SMSF, and the things that we can is property. So the ability to hone the bank's money and leverage that money into your own property I think is one of the great benefits of having property within your SMSF.
Yeah, so when we're talking about the Sunshine Coast specifically, then the projections around infrastructure investment, population growth, and therefore the relating impact on property, specifically with the limitations to supply. Obviously, when you're leveraging, the greater the capital growth, or if you have no growth, leverage can supercharge your returns and also supercharge your losses. So it's really important to make sure that you're looking at that growth, particularly, and yield obviously on the way through over other areas, which is one of the things that report clearly stipulates on the Sunshine Coast. So
I think the Sunshine Coast is a great hotspot right now, and I think even for the longer term, comparing to what we've seen in past cities such as Melbourne, Byron Bay, I feel like Sunshine Coast is the next growth, and it is continuing to grow. We've got great hospitals, great universities, airports, so all access is what you need to see. Good growth areas. Everything that is required for an area to grow is what Sunshine Coast has.
So Rob, from a tax accounting point of view, the Sunshine Coast, I mean, you obviously live here, you love it here, but taking out the emotional attachment, what does it look like from an asset point of view, self-managed super funds? What makes it a better area than others, in your view?
Look, the Sunny Coast, we can see what we see. We're on the ground. We're getting the inquiries daily, weekly. People are moving to the coast, and money is moving to the coast. People are bringing money with them. We're buying business. We're transacting. We're buying property. We're doing stuff. We're vibrant, and we're coming from areas that aren't as vibrant. We're moving here because of the opportunity, because we've heard the story. We want a piece of the action. So from our point of view, on the ground, I haven't done fact checks on a list. I just know what comes through my door, and what comes through my door is people who are here to have a go, to get a piece of the action, and to maybe have a swim on the beach for 8 months of the year. Or if you're from Victoria, 12 months of the year.
So, and I think that's one of the key things that we're looking at when it comes to self-managed super funds, and what we're trying to help people with in Optiwise Wealth Advisory is getting good planning advice, getting good tax advice, but it's matching that then with solid research property. So
just in relation to self-managed super fund and property, so lots of countries in the world have superannuation and retirement schemes, and most industrialised countries have that. Australia, and I haven't fact-checked this, but I've been to a couple of countries, but Australia is probably the only country in the world where you can use your superannuation to have access to direct physical property.
Yeah.
A lot of other countries will let you invest in, listed property trusts, and who wants to know about that? Illiquid,
REITs,
poor returns, blah, blah. This is where you can physically walk down the road, see a property that has potential, and use your retirement funds to, in my opinion, outsmart the market and maybe get that better outcome for the retirement. You need a self-managed super fund, but you can have, the flip side is you can have direct property and you can own that piece of dirt. And if that dirt's going to outperform the market, then maybe that dirt's worth owning.
Have a look at the self-managed super fund guide, get that download, understand what it could potentially mean for you, but also the Sunshine Coast property market update, understand what the incredible opportunity is on the Sunshine Coast, and pairing those two together and taking control of your future and getting a great team around you.